you will also find people who are who bring a lot of domain expertise, who have experience, and they have to be used as well. So it's never a either or. It's usually both being used, and that's exactly what distinguishes a good leader from an ordinary leader. The outstanding leader will engage with the people who bring people to who can bring the best out of people. Let's now move to the final part of the webinar, which is about becoming decisive. But we have one more question. Let me look at that as well. How do we deal with decisions that go wrong? Look, uh, as I said, we will continue to have situations where we will strive for effective and swift decision making, but nobody can foresee the future. You have to take the right call today. Life happens now. You can't wait for some more things to happen in the future, because if you wait for more information, chances are you'd have lost a great opportunity. So it's really, that is exactly what distinguishes the managers from the leaders. Managers want status quo, leaders want to achieve greatness. What do you want? That's the real issue. So coming back now to the final part of our webinar, I really do believe that this webinar is not so much about what the right theory is, but at the end of the day, each one of us has in us the power and the potential to become outstanding decision makers and become decisive. So if you want to become a decisive leader, I have a few suggestions for you. At the individual level, you have got to understand that the more you decide, the better you get. So think clearly, understand your biases, know that your beliefs, know that what you have hitherto for is going to be serving as a filter. Be aware of that, be mindful of that, but keep on taking decisions. You might have a few hits, you may not have a few good hits, but the more you decide, the better you get. Number two, I did talk briefly about the red lines. I'm of the view that if you are an ethical, effective person, then you must always do what is right. I'm very inspired by what Rosa Parks said almost 50 years ago. Rosa Parks, as you know, was the lady who sat in a segregated bus in Alabama almost 50, 60 years ago. And she said, you should have no doubts in your mind doing the right. And that's a very, very powerful statement. If you are doing what is right, there should be no questions that should rise in your mind, no doubts that should arise in your minds. And from the organizational perspective, you must consciously avoid hidden conflicts of interest. And if there is something that your followers don't understand, clarify what you stand for. If you are not the kind of person who would like to break any of your value systems, make it very, very clear that you will function within those boundaries. We talked about decision traps. We talked about biases. Yes, use data to analyze situations and determine the risks and the urgency, and on that basis, take a call. And finally, don't forget to act. And if you are operating in a